Hello dear students, myself Miss Vaishali Dekate. Welcome to my channel. I am teaching you subject Maths 2 in Standard 9th. In this video, we will continue with our chapter number 1, Basic Concepts in Geometry. We will solve questions from Practice Set 1.2. This is part 1 in which we solve question number 1, 2, 3 and 4. But before that, subscribe my channel by pressing subscribe at right side. Press the bell icon also to get my videos. So children, before starting our practice set 1.2, let us go through these basic geometrical concepts once again. These concepts we all have been studied in our previous standards also. But this year, we will describe these concepts as sets of points. So let us see how it can be described. Let's learn. In the book of Mathematics Part 1 for Standard 9th, we have learnt union and intersection of sets in the topic on sets. Now let us describe a segment, a ray, a line as sets of points. We will describe them as the sets of points. So let us see how it is described. First, it is line segment. The union set of point A and point B and points between A and B is called segment AB. We can see a segment AB over here, and how it can be described as a sets of point. It can be described as union set of point A, point B and all points between A and B. This is called segment AB. So segment AB is written as seg AB in brief. We all know that how it can be written as in brief as seg AB. Seg AB means seg BA also. Okay, either you can write seg AB or seg BA. It is one and the same thing. Points A and B are called the end points of segment AB. Segment AB ends at point A and point B. That's why point A and point B are known as end points. The distance between end points of segment is called length of that segment. That means what? Length AB is equal to distance AB. Distance between point A and B is also known as length AB. So length AB is equal to 5 can also be written as AB is equal to 5. So in this way we can define line segment. Now let us see how can we define ray AB. So suppose A and B are two distinct points. The union set of all points on seg AB and the point P such that A dash B dash P is called ray AB. Okay, so we can define ray AB. Ray AB can be defined as the union sets of point on seg AB. On seg AB, the union set of points, and then we have to consider till point P also, such that point B should be in between A and P. Then we call it as ray AB. Here point A is the end point of ray AB. We all know any ray has one end point, and on the other side it is having arrow sign. Arrow sign means what? On that side the ray can be extended limitless. On that side there is no limit of extension, but end point means our ray ends here, or our ray can be started from point A and it can be extended on the right hand side. So that is the definition of ray AB. Now let us see how we can define line AB. The union set of points on ray AB and opposite ray of ray AB. Okay, union set of points on ray AB. We have seen how ray AB can be defined. So it is union set of points on ray AB till point P and opposite ray of ray AB. How we can draw opposite ray? On the opposite direction. We can draw ray like this. If you put a point C here, so AC will be the opposite ray of ray AB. Ray AC will be opposite ray. So we can define it as union set of points on ray AB, union set of points on ray AC, and this is called line AB, or it can be called as line AC also. The set of points of seg AB is subset of points on line AB. Okay, so set of points on segment AB is subset of set of points on line AB. Now let us see what do we mean by congruent segments. If the length of two segments is equal, then two segments are congruent segments. This we all know. So if length AB is equal to length CD, then segment AB is congruent with segment CD. This is known to us. Now let us see properties of congruent segment. Reflexivity. What do we mean by reflexivity? Segment AB is congruent with segment AB. Each and every segment is congruent with itself. Okay. Then what is symmetry? Symmetry means what? If segment AB is congruent with segment CD, then CD will also be congruent with AB. That means first segment is congruent with second, then second will be congruent with first. Then transitivity. If segment AB is congruent with segment CD is congruent with segment EF, then segment AB is congruent with segment EF. That means what? First segment is congruent with second segment is congruent with third segment, then automatically first segment is congruent with third segment. In this way, we can define transitivity. Now, let us see what do we mean by midpoint of a segment. If A dash M dash B, that means what? If M point is between A and B and seg AM is congruent with seg MB, AM is congruent with MB. It is defined by two lines. AM is having two lines on it. MB is having two lines. That means identical marks we can see. So seg AM is congruent with seg MB. Then what we can say? Then we can say that this point M is the midpoint of seg AB. And every segment has one and only one midpoint. Okay. Any segment does not have two or more than two midpoints. It is always one midpoint, single midpoint. Now next is comparison of segments. So comparison means what? If length of segment AB is less than length of segment CD, how we can write it? It can be written as seg AB is smaller than seg CD. This is the sign of comparison. We all know if the sign is close, that means what? It is close towards the smaller number or smaller quantity, and it is open towards the bigger quantity. Okay. Open, this side is open means it is bigger, and close means smaller. We all know that. So it is a comparison sign. It can be written opposite way also. So it is open on this side means this is bigger, and it is closed on this side means this is smaller. So in this way we can use this comparison sign to compare the segments. So if AB is smaller than CD, then it can be written as AB smaller than CD, or CD is bigger than segment AB. So comparison of segment depends upon their length. Okay, we have to measure the length, and accordingly we can compare the segments. Now let us see next concept, perpendicularity of segments or rays. If the lines containing two segments, two rays, or a ray and a segment are perpendicular to each other, then the two segments, two rays, or the segment and the rays are said to be perpendicular to each other. So if two segments, two rays, or one segment, one ray, if they are perpendicular, then we can say that two rays are perpendicular to each other, two segments are perpendicular to each other. So in this figure 1.11, segment AB is perpendicular on line CD. We can see that segment AB is perpendicular on line CD, and segment AB is perpendicular on ray CD also. We can say it as segment AB is perpendicular on this ray CD also. So depending upon the figure, you can write perpendicularity. Now next see distance of a point from a line. If segment CD perpendicular on line AB, CD is perpendicular on AB, the point D lies on line AB, and then the length CD is called the distance of point C from line AB. Okay, so if point D is on line AB, somewhere D is between point A and B, then, and if CD is perpendicular on AB, then what we can say that this CD is distance of line AB from point C. Okay, The point D is called the foot of perpendicular. This point D is known as foot of the perpendicular. If length CD is equal to A, then C is at distance of A from AB. If this CD is A, then we can say that point C is at distance A from AB. For example, if this CD is 2 cm, then what we can say, this point C is at 2 cm distance from this line AB. So the length of perpendicular is the distance of that point from the line. Now we will solve the sums.
Let's start practice set 1.2, question number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Practice set 1.2, question number 1 is, the following table shows points on a number line and their coordinates. So we are having these points A, B, C, D, E, and we have given their coordinates. That means -3 is coordinate of A, 5 is coordinate of point B, 2 is coordinate of point C, -7 is coordinate of point D, and 9 is coordinate of point E. So in this way, all these points and their coordinates are given to us. We have to decide whether the pair of segments given below the table are congruent or not. We have given these pairs of segments and we have to decide where these pairs are congruent or not. So for deciding whether the pairs are congruent or not, what we have to check? We have to check their lengths are equal or not. So for getting the lengths of segment, we have to find the distance between their end points. That means what? For getting the length of segment DE, we should get the distance between point DE. Similarly, for getting the length of segment AB, we have to get the distance between point A and B. And finding distance we have done before also in practice set 1.1. So let us see how to solve these sums. I have written the question as it is on my page. We will start our solution for first pair, segment DE and segment AB. So let us start the solution. First we will find out distance D dash E. For this we should know the coordinate of point D and point E. So here it is given in the chart. Coordinate of point D is -7 and coordinate of point E is 9. Now we all know 9 is bigger than -7. All positive numbers are bigger than the negative numbers. So we write here, since 9 is bigger than -7. You can say bigger or greater. We will be using this comparison sign. 9 is greater than -7. Now we all know how to find out the distance. So therefore distance DE is equal to, we all have used this formula, greater coordinate minus smaller coordinate. So I will be writing for first sum, greater coordinate minus smaller coordinate. So as greater is 9 minus smaller is -7. So we put -7 inside the bracket because minus sign is already there. So it is 9 minus -7. Minus minus will become plus, we all know. So it will be 9 plus 7 and 9 plus 7 is 16. So distance DE, we have got 16 units. Okay, as unit is not given. So distance DE we have got 16 units. Similarly, we will be finding out distance AB. So let us write distance AB first. We will be writing their coordinates. Coordinate of point A is -3. Coordinate of point B is 5. So since 5 is greater than -3, we will be finding out distance AB will be equal to 5 minus -3. Greater coordinate minus smaller coordinate. Now 5 minus -3 will be 5 plus 3 and 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 units. So distance AB is equal to 8 units. We will write number 1 to this equation, and for this equation we will be writing number 2. Now from 1 and 2 what we can see, 16 units and 8 units are not equal. That's why distance DE and distance AB are not equal. So here we will write, therefore distance DE is not equal to distance AB. As two distances are not equal, that means what? These two segments are not congruent. So we can write here, therefore seg DE and seg AB are not congruent. So in this way we can check the congruency of two segments. Now let us see second one. It is seg BC and seg AD. So I will be writing second here. Seg BC and seg AD. Once again in the solution we will be first finding out the distances. Distance B dash C. So coordinate of point B is 5. Coordinate of point C is 2. Since 5 is greater than 2, distance BC will be equal to 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3 units. This will be our equation number 1. Now we have to find out distance AD. So here we write distance A dash D. So coordinate of A is minus 3. Coordinate of D is minus 7. We all know minus 3 is greater than minus 7, and therefore distance A dash A comma D is equal to minus 3 minus minus 7. So minus 3 minus minus 7 means minus 3 plus 7. Minus plus will become minus. Answer is 4 units. This will be our second equation. First equation we have got answer 3 units. Second equation we have got answer 4 units. That means they are not equal, and therefore distance BC is not equal to distance AD, and hence these two segments are not congruent either. Therefore segment BC and segment AD are not congruent. Now let us check for third pair. Third pair is seg BE and seg AD. Seg BE and seg AD. Now let us once again find out their distances. Solution. Distance B comma E. Coordinate of point B. Here we have got 5. Coordinate of point E is 9. Since 9 is greater than 5, and therefore distance BE will be equal to greater coordinate minus smaller coordinate. Greater one is 9 minus 5 is equal to 4 units. This will be our equation number 1. Answer is 4 units. Now let us find out distance AD. AD we have got here in the previous sum. So coordinate of point A is minus 3. Coordinate of point D is minus 7. Since minus 3 is greater than minus 7, we can find out distance AD as minus 3 minus minus 7. Minus minus will become plus. So minus 3 plus 7. This minus minus will become plus. And then this minus plus will become minus. We get 4 units. 7 minus 3 is 4 units. So we are getting same answer for equation 1 and 2. That means what? Distance BE and distance AD are equal. So here we will write, therefore distance BE is equal to distance AD. As BE and AD are equal, what does it mean? It means that segment BE and segment AD are congruent with each other. So that we will be writing in the end. Therefore seg BE is congruent. We all know what is the congruent sign. In this way we have to write the congruent sign. Seg BE is congruent with seg AD. In this way we can check the congruency of two segments. Now let us see this second question. Point M is the midpoint of seg AB. If AB is equal to 8, then find the length of AM. We have to find out the length of seg AM. So we have given one segment, seg AB. End points are A and B, and its midpoint is M. Point M is the midpoint. This segment is 8 cm long. So midpoint is somewhere here, and we have to find out AM. As M is the midpoint, AM and BM will be congruent with each other. So let us see how to write its solution. We have to write the solution properly. In solution, we will be first writing given. What is given to us? Point M is the midpoint of seg AB. This is given to us, and we have to find length AM. Okay, so now let us start solution again. Point M is midpoint. Of seg AB, and therefore length AM is equal to length BM. Why these two lengths are equal? Because it is given to us. M is the midpoint of seg AB is given to us, and from this given we can write AM is equal to BM. So therefore this length AM and length BM, they both will be equal to half of length AB. Correct? Because M is the midpoint, AM and BM will be half of AB. And half of AB, AB is 8. It will be 4 centimeter. 4 units. Centimeter is not given. As 8 centimeter is not given, so we write it is as units. 4 units. Okay. Here it is 8 units. So in this way we can find out length of segment AM. Therefore length of AM is equal to 4 units. Let us see this next question. Point P is the midpoint of seg CD. CP is equal to 2.5. We have to find length CD. So let us start our solution. What is given to us? Given is point P is midpoint of seg CD. And CP is equal to 2.5 is given to us, correct? So here this also we will be writing CP is equal to 2.5. We have to find length CD. Let us draw a segment CP which is 2.5. First we will be drawing any line. Okay, we will take 2 points, point C and D as the end points, C and D, and somewhere in between C and D there is point P, where CP and PD will be equal because point P is the midpoint of CD. CP is 2.5. We have to find out CD. So this is given. To find is length CD. Now let us start our solution. Sec CP, or we can write length CP, we can write anything. Sec CP is congruent with sec DP. Reason we can write in the bracket. Inside the bracket, if you want, you can write the reason here inside the bracket. Point P is midpoint of sec CD. In this way we have to write the reason in the bracket for this first step. Now we will be writing the second step. As CP is midpoint of point P is midpoint of sec CD. What we can write? We can write that length CP is equal to length DP, and both these lengths are equal to 1/2 of length CD. Okay, this CP and PD, they are congruent, but they are half of length CD. So let us put the values now. We will take this CP and this one CD. Length CP is equal to 1/2 multiplied by length CD. CP is 2.5 is equal to 1/2 into length CD. Now this 2 we will bring on this side. 2.5 multiplied by 2 is equal to length CD. 2.5 into 2 is 5. We all know that is equal to length CD. That is length CD is equal to length CD is equal to 5. Units we can write because unit is not given. In this way we can complete this sum. Now let us go on the next sum. Next is, if AB is equal to 5 cm, BP is equal to 2 cm, AP is equal to 3.4 cm, compare the segments. We have given the lengths of 3 segments and we have to compare them. So solution, we will start by writing their measurements given. AB is equal to 5 cm, BP is equal to 2 cm, and AP is equal to 3.4 cm. Okay, now let us draw the segments first. As AB is 5, it will be bigger. I will be using my scale to draw it. 5 cm segment. 0 till 5. This is my AB segment having length 5 centimeter. Now let us draw second segment BP 2 centimeter. From 0 till 2. So it is BP, which is 2 centimeter, and then third segment is AP. From A to P it is 3.4. From 0 till 3.4, after 3, fourth small line, so it will be 3.4. so it is AP 3.4 centimeter. So we have to compare, as 5 is bigger or 5 is greater than 3.4 and 3.4 is greater than 2. Correct? So that means what? Segment AB is greater than segment AP and AP is greater than segment BP. Okay. So again we can write same thing. Therefore, seg AB is greater than seg AP, which is greater than seg BP. In this way we can compare the segment. We have to write the biggest segment first, the greatest segment first. Then we can write the segment which is having the length which is in between these two segments. That means what? Which should not be the biggest one, which should not be the smallest one. So the biggest one is 5, the smallest one is 2, and in between there is 3.4. So in this way we can write, we can compare the segment AB is greater than segment AP is greater than segment BP.
Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.